back to the show. We're here with the one and only Billy the Baker, here from an undisclosed location. If you remember from our last interview with the Baker, there was quite a commotion with his bacon cologne, crisp and fresh. But I have to be honest, I sure would love to get my hands on some of that cologne.
Duke, that cologne was pretty amazing. I don't think our newscaster Tom ever came back to the studio.
What? He didn't?
We'll have to confirm with Sheila.
Billy, I know you can't divulge where you're located, but can you tell us a little bit about the experiences of what happened after you got disconnected from the show?
Wow, that was a hell of a reaction. Not only did that mob of people take my entire supply of crisp and fresh bacon cologne, the only essential oil you'll ever need, I had to go into witness protection. Within hours, my beautiful home was under siege. There were people all over the place.
Under siege?
I grabbed my rolling pin in case I needed to use it to fend off any intruders. These things got very quickly out of control.
Our news crew was on scene and actually called us after the police escalated the situation to a CBE.
That's right. I totally forgot about the code bacon emergency.
It's rarely used, but I sure was glad it was initiated. Not long after that, the authorities called in a helicopter to extract me from my roof.
Sounds like something straight out of Vietnam.
What an experience.
I never thought I'd experience anything close to the Great Bacon Siege of 72, but that day came real close.
Wait a minute. The Great Bacon Siege? I mean, I've heard whispers, but I thought that was just bacon folklore. And now let's go to the world-renowned bacon historian, Professor Crispin Sizzleton.
Did you happen to mean the battle where the United Crisp Forces held out against the Grease Raiders for 72 hours straight?
That is the one!
Yes. A time when the world stood still as two forces, Team Crispy and Team Chewy, faced off in the ultimate battle for bacon supremacy. The skies were filled with the scent of sizzling pork, and the streets ran with rendered gold. It was the last time the Baconverse came so close to a civil war.
And they say that the only thing that saved the day was
the Great Bacon Accord. Yeah, you know your history. Signed over a ceremonial platter of perfectly baked bacon at $3.75 for 25, declaring once and for all that all bacon shall be respected, but crispy reigns supreme.
And if I remember correctly, it was a rolling pin that turned the tide of the battle.
Indeed. Just like Billy nearly had to use his rolling pin to defend his home in the short-lived but well-known Bacon Scent Siege of 2025. A well-timed whack sent the leader of the Grease Raiders tumbling into a vat of his own bacon fat. Some say he's still down there, caramelizing to this day.
I swear, every time you come on this show, we learn something new about the history of the Baconverse.
Thank you so much, Professor.
Now, Billy, since you brought up the Baconverse, and it wasn't me, can you tell us how you started down this adventure?
It seems like such a wild ride. I know our fans would love to learn more about your travels.
What an adventure it's been! You know, I've always been obsessed with bacon. Some might say dangerously so. But I never expected what happened that fateful day. It all started in my kitchen. I had just pulled a fresh batch of bacon from the oven, thick cut, perfectly balanced between crisp and chew, glistening with its own rendered glory. And then a shimmer of grease caught my eye. No, not just a shimmer, a golden refraction of truth. The fat to protein ratio was so perfect, so harmonious that I felt my very soul vibrating at a frequency unknown to man. Before I could even blink. Reality itself began to sizzle, and then whoosh! I was pulled into something much bigger than myself.
Wait. You're telling us you were sucked into another dimension by bacon?
Not just another dimension, Duke. Another universe. A universe made entirely of bacon, where the laws of physics are written in rendered fat, and the winds carry the scent of hickory smoke. A universe where breakfast isn't just a meal, it's a way of life. That's when I knew I had entered the Baconverse.
So, you just slip in and out of this bacon dimension at will? I mean, the Baconverse?
It's not that simple, Duke. The Baconverse does not just open itself to anyone. One cannot simply walk into the Baconverse. Only those who truly respect bacon, who understand its crispy, chewy duality, who honor its ability to enhance every dish, who recognize its potential beyond the breakfast plates, can even begin to comprehend its existence. It's more than just food, Duke. Bacon is a philosophy. It's a way of life. And if you're lucky, a portal to another reality.
That's deliciously deep.
I've got goosebumps right now. Let's jump to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with the one and only Billy the Baker.
Have you ever gazed into the depths of your drink and thought, this could use a lot more bourbon? Introducing Bagoned and Barreled Bliss. The only spirit bold enough to combine the smoky swagger of bourbon with no less than 1.3 pounds of delicious mouth-watering crispy bacon in every bottle. Why settle for just one flavor when you can have two in every sip? It's the revolutionary drink you didn't know you were hungry for. Every bottle comes with 1.3 exact pounds of hand-selected, perfectly baked bacon and a generous cup of small batch bourbon. The two are blended together in a flavor explosion, so intense it will bring you to an alternate dimension of deliciousness. This bottle is perfect for breakfasts, barbecues, or bribes. It's the ultimate combination for both bacon and bourbon buffs alike.
Baconed and barreled bliss is the only combination that you need to start and end your day. Get your bottle of baconed and barreled bliss if your heart can handle it.
Baconed and barreled bliss. Taste the glory. Sip the sizzle.
Wow, Billy, you're attached to some great products. Do you happen to know where I can pick up a bottle of that?
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Well, gentlemen, baconed and barreled bliss is only available in select locations. Locations that are, shall we say, open-minded to the marriage of smoky, savory, and dangerously sippable. Let's just say, if you find yourselves at a crossroads at midnight where the air smells of hickory and adventure, you might be in the right place.
Wow, that's cryptic, and I love it.
Speaking of wild discoveries, Billy, you've been traveling the Baconverse, uncovering secrets unknown to mankind. What's one of the strangest things you've ever discovered?
Duke, there are bacon mysteries too vast for mortal comprehension. But if we're talking about truly strange, we have to talk about the eldritch bacon of the Midnight Fry.
I already don't like where this is going.
You shouldn't, Harley. Nobody should.
Well, I'm intrigued. Go on.
Deep within the smoke-laden highlands of the Baconverse, where the air itself smells like maple glazed destiny, I found an old diner. No sign. No customers. Just a single flickering neon light that spelled out E-A-R-Y. I stepped inside, and behind the counter stood an ancient short order cook, so old I swear he had charred grill marks on his soul. He was flipping a single strip of bacon in slow motion. I don't mean like casually. I mean physically slower than time itself. It was very strange. In fact, I had one foot in the door and the other one turned to run. Every time he turned it, the sound it made was a whisper, and I swear I heard it say my name.
Billy, you should have left.
Yeah, probably, but the old man locked eyes with me. He leaned in and said, "You here for the midnight fry?" I didn't know what that meant, but something deep inside me, something primal, nodded yes.
The Jack Nicholson yes gif or the Jeremiah Johnson yes gif?
Before I could even react, he slid a plate towards me. On it was a single strip of bacon, so deep red, it looked like it had been aged in the halls of eternity. It shimmered, it hummed, it was warm but not hot. And then he whispered something that still haunts me to this day.
Oh, no.
He said, "Eat this, and you will know."
Did you eat it?
Of course I ate it. I'm Billy the Baker. I exist to explore the versatile deliciousness of what bacon is and push the limits of what bacon could be. So I took a bite, and the instant the bacon touched my tongue, reality as I knew it collapsed. Time folded in on itself. The stars burned brighter than 1,000 splatters of bacon grease. I saw glimpses of the past and the future, an ancient order of bacon months guarding sacred recipes, a future where bacon-powered hovercrafts dominate the sky, a world where all meat is bacon and all bacon is sentient. I heard voices whispering forbidden recipes in my ears. I felt myself transcend. And then, just as suddenly, I was back in the diner.
And the cook?
Gone! It was like he was never there. But in his place, a greasy napkin with a single warning. Eat twice, and you shall become bacon.
Billy, you didn't.
Let's just say I have reason to believe that somewhere in the Baconverse, there's a strip of bacon that knows my name, and it's waiting.
I hate everything about this.
Listen, I gotta be honest though. I really want to try the Midnight Fry.
I think this is a good time to jump to another commercial break.
Deep in the heart of the Baconverse, where crispy dreams are made and the air is thick with the scent of smoked perfection, one man and one bacon slice travel the lands, uncovering mysteries, battling blandness, and spreading the philosophy of flavor. Billy and his trusty sidekick, Bacon, a once-forgotten slice trapped in a sticky web of caramelized fate until Billy unlocked his delicious destiny, faced their greatest challenge yet.
Billy, do you smell that?
No smoke, no sizzle, just cold, flavorless despair.
The tofu terror has awakened, a tasteless titan bent on smothering the Baconverse in blandness, its spongy reach growing stronger with every unseasoned bite.
Billy, if we don't stop it, the whole Baconverse could go vegan!
Armed only with a baking pan, a bottomless supply of maple-glazed wisdom, and the sacred prophecy of the sizzle, Billy and Bacon must rise to the challenge.
If it's a battle between bacon and bland, you already know how this ends.
Can they crisp up this squishy scourge before it's too late? Or will the Baconverse fall to the tyranny of tastelessness? Find out next week on The Adventures of Billy and Bacon, Tales from the Baconverse, only on Crispy Kids Network, because every great adventure starts with bacon.
Wow, I know that I'm going to be setting my DVR for that show. I can't wait to see the different...
Time has expired. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Brunch with Duke and Harley.